we give them a round of applause, please? You guys gotta understand that we are so proud of you. Your community is proud of you. You're not here today because of me. We're not here today because of your mom and your dad. You're here because of you. This event today was put on because of you. We want to congratulate you in everything you do. See, understand something. In this world, there's 260 million children who don't have the opportunity to go to school. Not only are you going to school and taking advantage of it, but you are achieving it, you are snatching, you are doing a lot of great things, and we're here to celebrate you. So again, we thank you for all that you're doing, and we want to see you become the best person that you can become in this world. The only thing I want to say to you, though, is during your journey, it's important for you to understand that even though life is going to get difficult sometimes, you always have to remember to never become complacent. Never become complacent in your situation. See, understand, as human beings, we have to understand that complacency comes easy for human beings. Like if someone's trying to lose weight, they lose a couple of pounds, they're like, ooh, let's celebrate. Let me get that Timbit real quick. Let me get that Big Mac real quick, right? We become complacent in our situation. When someone goes to college or goes to university, most times they'll never open another textbook after they graduate because we become complacent. It's important for you to understand, not just the students, but everybody, to understand that we cannot become complacent in our circumstances. See, I can tell you there's a time in my life where I did become complacent, and I didn't really know what my dreams were, I didn't really know what my passions were, I didn't know where I wanted to go with my life. So I said to myself, okay, Jeff, you gotta get things going, you gotta get back on the right track. So I said, who can I ask to kind of help me along my way? And so I said, okay, let me go see my guidance counselor. So it was my last year of high school. And I went to go see my guidance counselor. I remember opening his door and sitting across from him in a cold, hard plastic chair. And I sat across from him, he's like, Jeff, how can I help you? And I said, sir, I'll be honest with you, I've become a little bit complacent in my life. I don't know if I want to go to college. I don't know if I want to go to university. I don't know what path I want to take for myself. So I'm hoping you can help me, sir. This man sat across from me, pulled his glasses down and looked directly at me and he said, Jeff, I'll be honest with you. I don't think you're smart enough. I don't think you're smart enough to go to college. I certainly don't think you're smart enough to go to university. I don't think you're smart enough to achieve that much. And I can tell you at that moment, there was a part of me that believed what he had to say because he was an adult. He was a guidance counselor. And I was just a little kid looking for some help. But even though there was a part of me that believed what he had to say to me, there was another side of me, a little flicker in the pit of my stomach that said, Jeff, I don't think the words he's saying to you, I don't think that's accurate. And as that flicker turned into a bigger flame, it said, Jeff, you can't allow the words that this man's saying to you to guide you in the direction that he thinks. Like, you gotta go figure things out for yourself. And as that flame turned into a big old smoldering fire in my stomach, it said, Jeff, you gotta go out there and figure out life on your own. You can't allow the negative words that this man has to say to you to dictate your life. And even though he did not believe in me, even though he didn't think I was smart enough to go to college, I went off and I graduated from Seneca College. Even though he didn't think I was smart enough to go to university, I went to the University of Wealth Number and the University of Wealth. I got 3 degrees and diplomas hanging on my wall. See, he didn't think I could achieve anything. I got a children's book coming out next month that's meant to inspire kids. See, I was able to do it because I decided for myself that I had to step out of complacency and step into a place where I can know that I can keep going forward in my life. It's important that you, whatever goes on in your world, you have to never allow complacency to step foot into your life. See, one of my favorite basketball players of all time is somebody who never allows complacency to step foot into his life. I gotta tell you, my favorite player, one of my favorite players is Mr. Kobe Bryant. And I say that to you because you gotta understand, when an NBA player, when a young man gets his name called by the commissioner on draft night, that's the biggest dream a young man can have. And so he goes on stage, and just like that, when his name gets called, boom, he becomes an instant millionaire. When his name gets called, boom, he becomes an instant celebrity. And these guys, when their name gets called on draft night, they all go out and they party, and they have a great time, because their biggest dreams just came true. See, in 1996, when Kobe Bryant was drafted to the NBA, he was picked number 13, to the Charlotte Hornets, later to be traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. On the night of the draft, after his name got chosen, all the other players went out and they partied. Kobe, he found a gym, he found a ball, and he practiced till 2 in the morning. See, he did this because he would not allow the fact that he got drafted into the NBA, he would not allow that to make him become complacent. See, another quick story. In 2001, the Lakers came off their second NBA win. And when they came off the second NBA win, it was during the summer. And so I had a friend of mine who used to play in the NBA. And he said to me, Jeff, I gotta go out to LA and do some business. And so while he was in LA, it was during the off season, no other players were really around. He's like, I haven't touched the ball in a while. I gotta get back into game shape. And so he went out to the Staples Center where the Los Angeles Lakers play their home games. He said when he walked in, he heard a single ball bouncing. When he looked over, it was the Black Mamba himself, Mr. Kobe Bryant. See, didn't I just tell you that the Lakers came off their second NBA win? If anybody had a reason to relax and not be in the gym, it was Kobe. Didn't I just tell you that it was the summer and all the other players were out there vacationing, and if anybody had a reason to vacation, it was Kobe? See, Kobe realized that it wasn't just about that one event. It was about his entire journey. See, if I can be open and honest with all of you right now, some of you, this might be your only NBA win. This might be your only championship. And I don't say that out of disrespect, because I believe all of you have the ability to go forward in life and do anything that you choose to do. But the thing is, as human beings, we become complacent. So if I'm looking at sheer numbers, just sheer percentages, some of you, this might be your only championship. This is what you gotta understand. Every time you win, every time you achieve at something, you take that award and you figuratively put it on the ground and you stand on top of it. And that's gonna make you see a little bit further in life. Every time you win an award, see, I saw some of you guys walk in here and you walked in with your head high because you're proud of what you achieved, which is fantastic. Every time you win an award, you take that award, you put it on the ground figuratively, and you stand on top of it, and you stand as high as you're walking today. And every time you do that, you can see further out into your future. Until eventually you can see so far, you'll be like, oh yeah, doctor, I'm coming for you. Oh yeah, judge, that's my title in about 5 years, I'm coming for you. Every time you achieve and see a little bit further, you can see where your destiny is going to take you. About a year ago, I had the privilege of sitting down with the Honorable Dr. Jean Augustine. And for those of you who might be too young to know who she is, she's a great leader within our community. And she's also she was a politician in Canada. When I walked into Jean Augustine's office, she opened the door and I looked around her office. And on all 4 walls, it was plastered in achievements. I'm talking about from the roof to the floor. And it's funny because in one corner there was a cardboard box and it was full of achievements. In the other corner there was another cardboard box and it was full of achievements. She had more achievements than she had wall space. I couldn't even see the paint on her wall. It was just plastered in achievements. See, what I learned from Jean Augustine was every time she won an award, she took that award and she put it on the ground, figuratively, and she stood on top of it, and that allowed her to see a little bit more clearly. And every time she won another award, she put it on top of the last, and to the point where she was able to see exactly where she's supposed to go in life and help her community, our community. She was able to do that because she said to herself, I would not allow complacency to step foot into my life. One of the greatest poets of our time, Dr. Maya Angelou. She has a poem entitled Our Grandmothers. And in this poem, there's a line that says, I come as one, but I stand as 10,000. I come as one, but I stand as 10,000. See, I stand in front of you today as one. You are going to walk across the stage today as one, but you represent 10,000. 10,000 plus ancestors who have come before you. People who were taken from the homelands, who were forced to be bound and chained and live in disease-infected ships for months and months and months on end. And then when they arrived, they had their name stolen from them. They had identity stolen from them. They had the baby snatched from under them. And after all of that turmoil, they decided the most hardest thing they had to do was to survive. Because I do believe it was easier for them to take their own life with what they were going through. But they decided that they were going to make the decision to live because they saw you and they saw me, family members that they would never meet, and they knew that one day we would have a better life than they did. How dare any of us become complacent? How dare any of us, they never had an opportunity to be complacent. How dare any of us put any complacency in our own lives? I come as one, but I stand as 10,000. You walk across the stage tonight as one, but you represent 10,000. The 10,000 children that are one day going to look at you and say, I want to be just like you. I want to be you when I grow up. See, you don't see it now because you're young. Some of these kids are yet to be born. But I'm telling you that one day you're going to have people come to you and say, I want to be just like you. The only way you're going to get there is if you never allow complacency to take hold of your life. See, as I close, there's one thing that I know. I know that one day I'm going to get old. I know that one day I'm going to get a little more grays. One day I might retire. And that one day I'm going to be sitting in my rocking chair. And I'm going to turn on my TV. I'm going to say, you, young queen, on TV. I'm going to see you, young prince, on TV. And you're going to be telling the world how you came up with the cure to cancer. You're going to be telling the world how you created the newest innovative idea. You're going to be telling the world how you are the newest Prime Minister of Canada. You have the ability to achieve all these things and more. But the only way you're going to do it is if you make the conscious decision for yourself, regardless how hard your obstacles are going to be in life, regardless of what the haters want to say, regardless of what the naysayers want to say, regardless of all those things you're going to face, the only way you're going to get there is if you continue to never allow complacency to step foot in your life. I'm Jeff Martin. Thank you so much.